Hey, what's up YouTubers, and welcome back to another Tidy Walnuts collection overview video. Today we're going to go through the Severin films collection, and it's a pretty small collection. It only consists of this shelf here we're going to go through in this video, and I have a little bit of overspill down below. We'll go through all that and we'll add it into this video. Severin Films is one of the smaller companies, and they're located here in the US on the West Coast in Los Angeles, California. They've been around since 2006, and they mostly feature horror films and cult classics. And they do release signed editions, which I'll show you later down the shelf here when we get into them. And it's a company I really like. They put a lot of time and effort into their movies, and they have really nice collectible pieces, and we'll go through and show you guys what I have in my collection. I do have these alphabetized. I have some with these slipcovers I do have in cases, but let's just jump right into it here. The first one is a Giallo film by Sergio Martino called All the Colors of the Dark. I really like that color scheme a lot. Color schemes are huge for me. I think that the yellow, black, and red with the black case really looks nice. And it's a pretty good Giallo film too. I enjoy it. Has some special features there if you want to pause that and check it out. This was limited to 2,500 pieces. It does come with a bonus CD soundtrack, which is another thing I really like in collectible pieces like this, when they include the soundtrack. The next one is a compilation Blu-ray called All the Colors of Giallo, and this is a 3-disc set. It also does include a CD soundtrack. And you can see that disc 1 is the documentary called All the Colors of Giallo, and then there's a Giallo-thon over 4 hours of trailers, and there's interviews and commentary. And there's more trailer compilations, so that's really, really cool. Nice piece to have. It does have color and black and white, and running time is 239 minutes. Really nice piece to get. I'm not sure if this one was limited or not. It doesn't say on the back. The next one is a box set that Severin put out, and this is called the Amicus Collection. And the films included in this box set are Asylum, and Now the Screaming Starts, The Beast Must Die, and The Vault of Amicus, which is a trailer compilation. So it is a 4-disc set. And there you can see the special features on the back. Asylum is from 1972, and Now the Screaming Starts from 1973. The Beast Must Die, 1974. And disc 4, The Vault of Amicus, is Dr. Terror's House of Trailers. Over an hour of Amicus trailers, TV spots, and other stuff like that. This one was limited to 3,500. I do have number 1,562. That's a really nice set. Glad to have that in the collection. The next one is a twin billing by Frederick Friedel, and this one was actually signed. You can see it above the title Axe. It is signed in gold Sharpie, and also included as Kidnapped Co-Ed. I think that's pretty cool that Severin does this once in a while. They have limited runs of signed editions that you can pick up from their website. The next one is called The Baby. Another thing too about Severin is they have some pretty good sales throughout the year, and I think I ended up picking this one up very cheap, probably like around $7 I think it was for that Blu-ray for that title. Another thing about Severin is they do have sales in the UK, and this is a UK edition of Baskin. Film from 2015. Turkish shock sensation, uncut and uncensored for the first time on Blu-ray. So they do sell movies across the pond and in the UK. The next one is called Birdemic, Shock and Terror. This was another one I picked up on sale, very, very cheap. Here's a killer kids movie called Bloody Birthday. The Nightmare Begins with the Kids Next Door. Film from 1981. Up next is another box set. This is the Blood Island collection. I really like this box set. I think it's beautiful. It was really well done. And it was a chance for me to visit movies I had never even heard of or watched before. These are Filipino horror films. It was limited to 3,500. I got number 1,434. These are movies that were made by Eddie Romero in the 60s and 70s. And you get Terror is a Man, Mad Doctor of Blood Island, Brides of Blood, and Beast of Blood. These were all very fun films. I enjoyed them. There you can see these spines. They each have their own case, and they do come with black cases. Really, really nice addition. Very glad to have that one in the collection. The next one is called Bloody Moon. Kind of a splatter flick. Over the top gore, but it's pretty fun. You can see that they have some pretty good special effects. Filmed by Jess Franco. And this was from the early 80s, 1981. Sexy gross out movie, it says on the top up there. Sexy gross out carnival ride from the king of Euro sleaze, Jess Franco. Next one is Burial Ground, a very solid zombie flick, in my opinion. Comes with a nice slipcover, so I do have it covered up with a plastic sleeve, and this is a all-region Blu-ray from 1980, 85 minutes. Next one also comes with a beautiful slipcover. This is called The Changeling. Kind of has a foil effect to the wheelchair there. It's embossed. It's a really shiny, glossy slipcover, and it was a fingerprint magnet, so I was glad to put this one in a case so I can hold it without getting it all fingerprinted up. Next one is a signed edition, Combat Shock by Buddy Giovinazzo. And there's his signature. Limited to 1,000, or limited to 2,000. I have 1,426. Another beautiful slipcover. And this edition also came with a book, which I have here, called the American Nightmares Scrapbook. And it shows production stills. Let me show you guys down here. There's some write-ups about the film and some of the scores that they used for the soundtrack of the film. Production stills, advertisements, behind the scenes photos, really good stuff in here. Part of the script. Really nice little addition to have. There was also, I believe there's a part of the film cell somewhere in here. Hope I didn't lose that along the way. I think they put it in here somewhere. Just a little piece of the original film cell. I know it's in here because I saw it at one point. But I didn't want to waste too much time looking for it. So we'll keep moving on. If I find it at the end of the video, I'll show a little short clip about it at the end. So that was Combat Shock. The next one is a film called Dark Waters by director Mario Beno, and he signed that in silver Sharpie at the top. And again, these were all autographs that were sold by Severin, so I didn't have to get these signed. They come already signed for you. This is a film from 1994. It is unrated and region free. Good little suspenseful atmospheric monster movie. I really enjoyed it. Next is a Fulci film called The Devil's Honey. Kind of erotica, Eurotrash, sexploitation film. Limited to 1,000. I have number 279. Film from 1986. The Devil's Honey. It's pretty hard to find now. Here's a good kind of a satanic film. This is The Devil's Reign, and this is another good one. Remember watching this as a kid on VHS. It was limited to 1,500. I got number 256. Film from 1975. It is region free. And this is the unrated edition of it. Does come with some good special features. And a really good cover. You can see that the black is kind of a matte finish, and the three images there in the front are kind of a glossy. It's hard to tell, and they're a little bit embossed over the black. The next one is called Dr. Butcher MD. This one also came with a barf bag. And it came with the alternate title, Zombie Holocaust. Dr. Butcher MD is the longer, unrated edition, or uncut edition. And then here was the barf bag. First 5,000 copies got the Dr. Butcher MD barf bag. So I thought that was a pretty cool little gimmick and a nice little bonus to toss in for the collectors. And they call this the definitive 2-disc edition, fully restored and fully uncut, and it looks really good. Dr. Butcher MD, aka Zombie Holocaust. Okay, the next one is Drive-In Massacre, and it's signed by director Stu Segal, and he put action on there in silver Sharpie. Grimy and dirty 70s exploitation nirvana, and this is very much a drive-in movie. It's not a great movie, but it's still a fun watch, and it's a good slasher. Film from 1976. I enjoyed it. Here's kind of a subgenre cannibal movie, Eaten Alive. Umberto Lenzi, pretty cool slip. Film from 1980, all region. Here's Richard Stanley's Hardware. It's another fun watch. I really enjoyed this film. And up next is another box set that they really put a lot of time and effort into, and I really enjoy this box set. It's called Hemisphere of Horrors. Comes with the 4 movies Curse of the Vampire, The Blood Drinkers, The Black Cat, The Brain of Blood, and it also does come with the Torture Chamber of Dr. Sadism. So there's 4 MRA cases and 5 movies. This one was limited to 3,500. I got number 510. Some low budget films with pretty decent practical effects. And it's another beauty in my collection. Glad to have that one. Here is one of the very early releases from Severin Films. This is how they used to release them. You can tell it looks a little different from some of their more recent releases. This is Horror Express, the Blu-ray DVD combo. And this is a really good edition. It has since been put out by Arrow Video. And I think the Arrow Video edition is a little bit better than this edition, but this is just fine. I have both, but I don't plan on getting rid of either of them. Film from 1972, very good film. Here's another one of their early ones, The House of Seven Corpses. John Ireland. Film from 1974. Watch a rare interview with John Carradine. uncut and uncensored and restored in HD. That's a really nice edition. Here's another one that's a really beautiful edition. This is House on Straw Hill, and they're calling this a strictly limited edition. And the first 3,000 copies contain the DVD Ban the Sadist videos. So it is a 2-disc set. It's actually a 3-disc set because it's Blu-ray DVD for the film, and then you have the Ban the Sadist videos. Really nice piece. Really worth adding to the collection. House on Straw Hill. Next one is another really low budget, kind of a, this is not even a B movie, it's kind of a C movie. It's called Invasion of the Blood Farmers. I have this on DVD as well. And this is definitely a drive-in style film. 70s grindhouse classic from 1972. And you do get some special features. And that's a pretty good line right there to describe the film. A complete whack job of a film. It's still fun to watch. Next one is one that's sold out pretty quick on their website, and this one fetches a pretty penny on the secondary markets because you can't find it anywhere anymore. This is Jack the Ripper. And this contains the exclusive bonus DVD with the European version of the film. So you do get 2 different editions of the film. Jack the Ripper, glad to have that one. Next one is a documentary by Sheldon Rennan called The Killing of America. Uncut, uncensored. And there's some pretty good, shocking film footage of things that have happened over the years in America. Some of the horrific things that have happened in America. Assassinations, murder cults, serial killers, things like that. And it actually has a 2K scan of it, and I'm really glad to have that signature on there. Next one is another beautiful set, and I really recommend anybody to get this one. Sorry about that reflection there. This is the 3-disc House of Pain edition of Lost Soul. The Doomed Journey of Richard Stanley's Island of Dr. Moreau. And this is a really good documentary about all the problems that they had with Richard Stanley's The Island of Dr. Moreau, and it's unreal, all the different things that happened. And this is very much a worthy addition to your collection. Even if you just watch it once, it's a really nice piece to add to your collection. Also comes with the bonus disc, the H.G. Wells files. And it also comes with the 3rd disc, Richard Stanley Reads The Island of Dr. Moreau. This is a CD. This is a really, really nice addition. To anybody who is a Richard Stanley fan or a fan of his films or the Island of Dr. Moreau or H.G. Wells, this is a really nice addition to pick up for your collection. Next one is one of the editions I'm most proud of in my entire collection. And this is Barbara Steele in Nightmare Castle, and it's actually signed by Barbara Steele. And it has 2 bonus features called Castle of Blood and Terror Creatures from the Grave. Another home run from Severin. So glad to have Barbara Steele's signature there in Sharpie. Here's another signed edition, The Other Hell, and signed by Claudio Fragasso, who wrote the screenplay for the film. It was directed by Bruno Mattei. Next one was one of their early releases, one I got very cheap. I do own this a couple different times. This is Patrick, the DVD Blu-ray combo. You can get this really cheap. It's an okay watch. This is the limited collector's edition of the Sinful Dwarf. A very, very bizarre movie. Also comes with a bonus feature called the Blue Balloon. It says, as odd and sleazy as they come, and I totally agree with that. A film from 1974. Very, very weird movie. But glad to own it nonetheless. The next one is called Skinner. This is another one that sold out pretty quick with a slipcover. Ted Raimi film. Pretty good slasher. Also has Ricky Lake and Tracy Lords in it. The next one is called The Survivor. About a 747 jet that crash lands. And everybody gets killed, but, well, I don't want to ruin it. You guys have to check this out. It's decent. It's a fun watch. The next one is Terminator 2. And I don't remember why I have two of these. I know that they sent me two slipcovers for some reason, but I think I have a different movie inside one of them. Let's see if we can take a look real quick. Maybe we can't. They're fit in there pretty snug. Maybe I'll open those up at the end and show you so I don't take up too much of your time here. I think it would be better if I just opened it at the end. So, but these are really nice slipcovers. And again, they have a very glossy finish and they're fingerprint magnets, so it's best to keep those either in a plastic baggie, or if you can get these harder shelled sleeves are better, I think. Here is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Actually, they wanted to call it Night Killer, but I went over this before in a different video. The director wanted to call it Night Killer, and that's what he always wanted the movie to be called, but his Italian producers wanted it to be kind of a little more catchy to the viewers or renters or whoever is going to buy or watch the film. So they wanted him to call it Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, even though it has nothing to do with the Texas Chainsaw franchise whatsoever. So the next one is called Threads, and this is a British disaster film. Really nice slipcover with a lenticular that changes. I don't know if it really changes. Oh, there we go. You can see that the destruction and fire of the town in the back, London. Film from 1984. Next one is a outback, kind of a stalker fear type film. This is Turkey Shoot. Hunting is the sport, people are the prey. I believe this was filmed in the outback of Australia. Kind of, they call it Ozploitation. Film from 1981. Next one is called Wild Beasts. I always enjoy the Italian horror films, but especially the, well, all of them. I like the Italian slashers and the giallo and zombies, but I do like the killer animal movies sometimes too. Next one is Zombie 3, limited to 3,000 units. Comes with a bonus CD soundtrack, and it is signed by Claudio Fragasso in gold Sharpie. A beautiful piece right there. Glad to have that. And the same thing here with Zombie 4. It's limited to 3,000 with a bonus CD soundtrack and signed in gold Sharpie by Mr. Fragasso. And that is it for the Blu-rays. I do have a handful of DVDs. We'll go through those really quick, and then we'll wrap this up. First one here is called Crucible of Terror. Next one is called Hannity the Girl from Vondelpark. Tons of nudity, graphic sex, and some of the sleaziest scenes in cinema history. Sold. Sign me up. Here's Richard Stanley's Hardware in the DVD edition. Just can't get myself to sell movies from my collection. I know I should, but I just can't. I can't do it. Next one is the The next couple here, the next 4, are from their offshoot of Intervision, and this one is called In the Land of the Cannibals. And these movies here are so bad they're good, and they come in these nice white cases. I don't think they come with a booklet or anything like that, just the DVD with the disc art, and there's no reversible covers. But they're fun additions to have. I'm glad I have them. Next one is called Mondo Cannibal. Gut-munching terror unleashed. These are not the kind of films you can watch every day. It's you have to be in a certain mood. At least I do for these cannibal films. I have to be in a certain mood to watch them. The next one is Mateus' Island of the Living Dead. And these, I like the way that they release these Intervision. It kind of brings me back to the VHS days. It has kind of a special feel to it. And we have Mateus' Zombies, The Beginning. Kind of a rip-off there of Hell of the Living Dead, with that image on the back. But I love it. And the last one is called Psychomania. This is not from Intervision. This is just an extra one I didn't have room on the shelf for. It's kind of a weird movie. This is a British, they call it a cult classic. They call it the greatest British zombie biker movie ever made. That's the first line of the synopsis up there. But I think it's okay. It's not great. And so let me stop the video here. I'm going to take a look at Terminator 2 and see why I have 2 and what I put inside, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, back. So the reason I had 2 Terminator 2s, Severin decided to send me 2 slipcovers. One is for the alternate title. The original title is called Shocking Dark, a film by Bruno Mattei. And again, he used the Terminator 2. I don't know how he got away with using Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 and Terminator 2. I don't know how those Italians get away with doing that, but he did. But this was the original title called Shocking Dark. And this one came in a black case. And then they also sent me a signed edition, Bruno Mattei's Shocking Dark. This one does not have a disc. It just has the signed cover there. So I throw it in one of those Terminator 2 sleeves to keep it. So that was my collection, guys. I guess I'll do a quick panning of it. And if you guys have any questions or comments, you can please feel free to leave those below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Not sure what I'll do next. I may do my Scorpion collection next. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.